Hey guys, welcome back to the channel Dzkan Toys, where I do reviews and unboxing of some of the figures I have been getting. So today we'll be looking at something special as it is another statue, and this one is actually quite big. Just from the box, I can barely fit it in the frame, as you guys can see, and it is the Metroid Prime Meta Ridley exclusive edition from F4F, so First 4 Figures Company. As we see over here, for the front, we just have a picture of the statue itself. As we zoom out, we can see the front of the box just says Meta Ridley Exclusive Edition. We have the Metroid symbol on the bottom right, as well as the F4F symbol of the company on the bottom left. Looking towards the side, we see more pictures of the exclusive edition. So we have a picture of the wings of the Meta Ridley, the head, and also the feet. So we see some nice details. Give you guys a zoom in now. As we see here, it says glow in the dark wings. We have the picture of the head, glow in the dark eyes, as well as the light for the chest. And of course, the last picture here is some nice details on the feet claws itself. Moving towards the other side of the box, so we see another picture of the full statue, Meta Ridley exclusive edition again. Also on the bottom, it says warning, this is a collectible and not a toy, for display only, not intended for children under 14 years of age. Finally, we see the back of the box, Meta Ridley exclusive edition, another picture of the statue itself once assembled. Now let's check out the descriptions. So over here we have Metroid Prime Meta Ridley exclusive edition comes with the following. First, Metroid Prime Meta Ridley resin statue, LED eyes and chest plate, glow in the dark wings, highly detailed base, authentication card, and also we have a product number that says 0867, limited to 1500 pieces worldwide. So for my piece over here, it is 867. At the bottom, we have another First 4 Figures symbol with a Metroid Prime symbol, and in the middle we have the Nintendo official seal, which means this is an officially licensed product. For those of you who do not know, a basic introduction of First 4 Figures from their website is they're established in 2003. First 4 Figures are makers of high-end collectible figures from licenses such as Legend of Zelda, Metroid, Super Mario, Okami, Full Metal Alchemist, Spyro the Dragon, Crash Bandicoot, Sonic the Hedgehog, and many others. They're committed to developing high-quality products and expanding their range within the video games and anime world. Now that we had a walk around within the box art and the description, let's open this bad boy up. After unboxing everything, it looks something like this. So we actually have to assemble the statue ourselves. It comes in quite a few pieces. We have 2 wing pieces and 1 tail piece, 1 head piece, body stand piece, 2 legs, 2 arms. So that's 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 piece, 10 plus the stand itself. So we can check out each individual piece. First, let's take a look at the stand itself, or the base actually. So it's painted in this nice bronze gold color, and we also have these rounded circles around the edges with a nice purple coloring for the circle itself. There's actually a lot of intentional scratch marks, which makes it look sort of worn out, and it really goes with that Metroid look. And from a top view, it looks something like this. We do have 2 holes over here for the electronic peg along with the stand peg. At the back of it, we also have a button which we push for the light up function. Over here, we do have a charge port, and we do have one included in this statue. By that I mean the wires, and you can just connect to here, and any plug will do for USB. At the back of the stand, it says Metroid Prime Meta Ridley exclusive edition. This statue is limited to 1500 pieces worldwide, and this is statue number 867, like the box. We got the First 4 Figure symbol here, Nintendo approval seal. We also have this battery compartment, which is the rechargeable battery. It's a blue battery, which I already put inside. So yeah, overall the stand looks pretty good and definitely will enhance the figure. It does have quite a hefty weight to it, and this is good because in order for it to support the rest of the statue, it's supposed to be heavy. Next, let's go over the body piece along with the stand piece. So it's this piece over here, just to show you guys, looks something like this. So the body itself and the stand is actually connected. For the bottom, we have a metal peg to ensure the integrity once connected, but we also have this electronic peg over here to connect to the power. For the body itself, it's nicely done in this silver metallic color. We also have the purple for the chest piece, and we do have these glow-up bulb looking design over here, which I believe will light up later. There's some more sort of a spring detail in bronze done here on the chest. There's a red dot here for more color separation. But overall, the main colors are just the silver color along with the purple color. And at the back, we have the same thing, which is the silver color, but at the spine over here, we do have some nice detail. As you guys can see, we have these yellow sort of wires going through the back at the spine, and more of that purple color integrated. We also have the gold on each side of the back over here. So it's quite detailed and nicely painted as expected for a statue of this size. We do have a peg over here as well. This is a metal peg, which we will attach to the tail later. Yeah, so overall it looks pretty nice. It also has a hefty weight to it, and it should be quite easy to attach, so let's just try. Just like this, and it just slides in like that. So very easy. That's the first step. Here's a look once we attach the body with the stand. So I'll give you guys a side view, sort of just like that. And this side along with the back. Doesn't really look like anything yet, but as we add the other pieces, I'm sure it will come all together. Alright, next up, let's move on to the bottom limbs first. So we have two. The first one is this piece over here, which is the leg, and this one is curled up design. The leg itself is the same color as the body. We have this nicely done silver color, and we have the purple integrated along with some of that bronze, almost mechanic looking thing integrated into the legs as well. And I just noticed at the bottom of the claws over here, we do see these nice vent details with these little studs. And I didn't really notice that Ridley had these designs until I saw the box art. So very cool, and we have an extra claw at the back, very dragon-like. We do have this hole over here for the peg, so let's try. And just like this, I believe, and it attaches. So there is some sort of magnetic connection when attaching the leg piece on. And let's check out the other limb, which is the other leg. So this one, unlike the one that we just saw, is actually more straight. Color theme is the same. We have the silverish metal color with the integrated bronze wire ring type of look and the muscular looking purple parts of the leg. Again, nicely detailed at the bottom of the claw. No details is skipped. The sharp claws at the back, the front. This one I assume would be the same. We just plug into the other side, just like this. Let me try to get it, the angle. Okay, I assume maybe it's like that. Yeah. So there we go. We have two of the legs attached now. Let's just turn the statue a bit so you guys can see. It's slowly coming together, but we can see the first leg that attached over here and the back view, and we also can see the second leg, which is the longer leg over here, just like that. Yeah, so now it's starting to come together. Alright, moving on, we have the two hands. So the first one, we have this one to show off to you guys. The design is basically the same, just like the legs, but these claws are quite long, and there is some nice detailing over here as well. We have the muscular looking purple integrated with the silver armor, which is the theme of the Ridley color theme and design. The claw itself is not actually just silver. There seems to be a fadeaway color in between the purple and the silver of the claw, sort of like a bronze. So we have one hand like this with 3 claws, and we can just attach it on the statue, just like that. I believe there's a magnetic connection as well. Now let's check out the other one. So this one, compared to the other one, just like one of the legs, is the bent version. paint job and design is overall the same, so not much to say about that. Let's try to plug it in, and this goes on to the other side very easily. And the magnetic connection, similar to all the other limbs. So here's the front view for you guys to check out once the both arms are attached. And then we have a side view. A back view. And back to this side. We can turn this around again. So right now we do have some weight, and I can feel the statue is getting heavier and heavier. Now let's add an important piece, which might just be my favorite piece in terms of detail. Over here we have the headpiece. This looks really nice. We have this mechanic looking gear in between the joints. They're done in silver. There is some minor gold or bronze touch-up for the gears. It looks kind of mechanical. And with the tubing on the head, we have these color separation again of the bronze for some parts of the tubing. The head itself here really reminds me of the design of a dragon or aerodactyl, like a dinosaur. We have some nice detailed bumps here, some black shading. The eyes is done in this sort of clear orange, almost like a light bulb type of feeling. The jaw is also very detailed. We have a lot of the teeth protruding with the gums and a nice looking tongue protruding towards one side. At the bottom of the mouth, we also have this extra spike. And here, for more realism, for a type of dragon, we have these extra protruding gums here too. So this overall is probably one of my favorite detailed piece, and it looks extremely cool. This one, for the connection, not only do we have a connection peg, we also have, it seems like an electronic peg. So this will make the eyes light up. Back of the head, we have more mechanical details and design, so it's nice to see that even in places that we don't really look at, details are not skipped. This one we just attach like this with some extra force. And now we have the head of Meta Ridley on. Let's try to show you guys some different angles once we have the head attached. Here's a side view. Definitely looks like a dragon now, and it already looks quite good without anything else. The back view. And let's try to see the other side. Yeah, so overall, quite nice. While we're here, let's try to attach the third last piece to show you guys. It's actually quite long, and it's like that, which is the dragon's tail, or Meta Ridley's tail. We do have some nice detailing over here, each segment, and each segment we have the round design, which is colored in this bronze circle. At the edge, we have more mechanic details all the way to the tail tip. We have this sharp looking edge with these bronze colored joint here. So it looks very aggressive. Yeah, it just looks like he can attack any time. At the back of the tail, or the bottom, we have more of this tubing design integrated into the tail itself, which follows through the idea of a mechanic looking boss enemy in Metroid for Meta Ridley. Now let's try to attach the tail. Should just fit like that, and let's give it a try. Find the angle, yep, just like that, and it's attached. Here's what it looks like after the attachment. Here's the alternative view. So after adding on the tail, I noticed it really makes the figure pop more, and it looks a lot bigger. Let's try to give you guys another angle. This time from the front. Very cool. All the angles look a bit unique, and the display possibilities are definitely there for the different angles. And here we have the other angle. Wow, this one looks pretty good on the camera frame right now. Anyways, let's move on now to the last two pieces of this huge statue. Now these pieces, when I was holding it, I was like, wow, it's so big. Just to show you guys, the wings is almost as big as the statue itself in terms of the surface area. So this thing is going to be huge, and it is nicely detailed. We have the mechanic design throughout the wing bones. We have these horns over here done in this bronze color. And for the wings itself, it's sort of a fluorescent orange shade of color for the wings. And apparently it is supposed to light up. And I assume it basically takes in light, and when it's dark, it's gonna glow a little bit. So maybe I'll try to show you guys that a bit later. And at the back, similar. The thing itself is not that heavy, but it definitely has some weight to it. We do have this peg over here, and thank goodness this is made out of metal, or I feel like over time this thing might snap once we plug it in. But hopefully this metal thing will last forever. I'm not sure, but anyways, let's try to plug it in. So this one just goes over here, like that, I think. Yep, and then we slide it in. So it definitely is, after putting it on, it does look cool, but when I'm moving it a bit, I do feel like if you put force on this thing, you can definitely snap it, although it's metal, especially once it's on. Now, back to the camera frame, I can see that this thing has gotten so huge that we can barely see it. So let's try to zoom out a bit. Alright, that's far as I can zoom out without moving my camera right now. As you guys can see, I can barely fit the whole thing in the frame once we attach the wings. This is pretty crazy. Like, this size of this thing is just almost unreal. Alright, let's move on to the last piece, which is the similar wing. It's basically the same. We have the same fluorescent color that's supposed to glow in the dark for the exclusive edition, which mine is. And all the other designs are pretty much the same. So let's try to plug this one in. Just like that. The wings are a bit harder, in my opinion, to plug in. Gotta move the statue a bit to adjust so we don't hit the wall over here with the wing. Kind of having a little bit of trouble fitting this one. Let's try to find the right angle. Alright, there we go. And it is in. Let's zoom out with the camera again. So here's the end results with both wings. It definitely looks quite crazy, and with the wings itself being as massive as the entire body, this thing is absolutely huge. It's taller than most of the 1/4 scale statues that I had, and it's definitely worthy of a good display itself, but I'll have to find room for this definitely, because it's probably not fitting in my display case. Here's the front view of the entire thing. It definitely looks pretty crazy. Let me just give you guys a size comparison. For those of you guys who have the Metroid Figma, look at this. Isn't that crazy? We just can't put this guy over here. It's basically huge. And I feel like the Figma Metroid scales pretty well with this Metal Ridley. We can imagine this Metroid over here, Samus fighting the boss Metal Ridley. So that's pretty cool. Here's a side view. Over here we have the back view. Here I'm trying to give you guys some more detailed shots of the figure itself. Alright, now after some shots of the figure, let's go over the light up function. Let me just dim the lights a little bit. Now let's just turn on the button at the back, just like this. And the eyes lights up as well as the chest. So it looks pretty cool actually. let's give you guys a more detailed look. As you guys can see over here, the eyes is actually decently bright, and the chest is a little bit less bright, which makes sense, but it definitely adds a lot of character, and for the eyes itself to light up, it's definitely that extra flair that makes the statue more attractive. It gives it much more life for sure. Here's a side view of what the lit up eyes look like. So the eyes actually have a decent size to them, which is nice. As for the chest, here's a close-up. So we have the 4 bulbs on the chest, and they lit up just like that. So what do you guys think? Is the light up function worth it for the exclusive edition? It definitely adds a lot of character, in my opinion. Looks pretty damn awesome. Alright, so time for final thoughts on today's resin statue review by First 4 Figures, which is the Metal Ridley from the Metroid series. For me personally, if you guys saw my older review from 2 weeks ago maybe, of the other statue from First 4 Figures, which is the 1/4 scale Metroid Varia Suit Samus statue, I actually like this one better than the classic Metroid suit statue, because the pose of the Metal Ridley over here is quite dynamic, and this thing just looks awesome. I really like a metal looking dragon type of final boss figure. If you're into that kind of thing, then this figure is definitely for you, or the statue. All of the paint job and detailing is top notch as expected from a licensed company like First 4 Figures, and I haven't been disappointed purchasing their statues yet. This is the second one in my collection, and I look forward to adding more to my collection in the future. In terms of negatives, well, this statue is a little bit too big, so that might be a negative for some of you guys out there. It's pretty cool though, with the light up function for the exclusive edition, and also the light up wings, and with this uniquely designed base. So if you can find space for it in your collection or display, then it's definitely worth it. But if you don't have many room to display in your collection, then I wouldn't really recommend it, because the size is very surprising. It's actually much taller than your usual 1/4 statue figures from resin companies. So anyways, there goes the end of today's review. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please remember to support the channel by hitting that like and subscribing. I would really appreciate that. As always, my friends, remember to stay young at heart, and we're out. By the way, is Samus gonna be okay fighting this thing? It looks huge. Find out on the next episode of Metroid Z.